Jesus Christ. Welcome to another episode.
It's Silent Screaming Live with your hosts, Patrick Hill and Jordan Gradell.
Yes, I am Patrick Hill.
Oh, there. Woo, thank you. If there's an appropriate time to use the audience applause, it's in this episode.
It is in this episode. Welcome, Jordan.
Welcome, Patrick.
To this show that we totally haven't pre-planned.
At all. I love your new haircut.
Oh my God,
by
thank
the way.
you. I just realized we left our drinks from our last episode, so we're double-fisted, bitch.
Are those prescription glasses you're wearing?
Yes.
Oh.
My vision is 470. I don't know. What are they supposed to be?
I don't wear glasses either.
Well, welcome to another episode of Silent Screaming Resurrected. This is a horror comedy review. ASMR, talk show,
host.
Podcast.
Oh.
We just saying words now. Host.
And the year is 1972.
It's actually 77.
Oh, is it 77? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Get it right, bitch.
Sorry. Well, as you know by the title of this episode today, we are going to be talking about Late Night with the Devil. But before we get into it, we're going to give you a little bit of a warm-up. And we're going to talk about some things that we're looking forward to in the horror movie world. Patrick, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, Jordan, let me tell you what I'm looking forward to. I think we've talked about them before, but I think the two things, I'm going to just say the two things. Actually, three if you include Maxine, which we've talked about at length.
You have.
You have. Jordan is a hater on all things T.I. West, apparently.
I'm willing to give him one more chance, and it's going to be with Maxine.
Well, this is his third of three, so so he has one more chance. I'm really excited for Maxine. I love Miss Mia Goth. I think she's a horror icon. And I am really looking forward to Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah.
With Alexander Skarsgård, I think.
Skarsgård.
Not Alexander. Bill Skarsgård. One of them.
Okay, have you seen the new Boy Kills World? Boy Kills...
I haven't seen it. I've seen the trailer.
I haven't seen it either. It looks really good. It's gotten subpar reviews. Anyway, continue.
Subpar
reviews.
Skarsgård. Yeah, I am looking forward to that. He's also doing the remake of The Crow, which I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Oh.
Continue.
I did really laugh really hard. Somewhat. Actually, it was one of my friends. He was at the movie theater, and there was like the big poster of The Crow with the eye makeup, and he filmed it and went, "Karma's a bitch. I should have known better." Speaking of, we should start a whole spin-off podcast on JoJo Siwa because the girl is a horror story in and of herself right now.
Listen, I feel so bad for her.
I don't.
Because if it were me, okay, this is not a JoJo Siwa. I was about to say we're a TikTok. Oh my gosh, we're a podcast. Brain rot.
This isn't one of them tapes.
It's not a real. I just feel so bad for her because she's still only 20. The shit we were doing at 20, come on. We were cringy.
That's true.
And she, I don't think she does know better.
That's true.
She doesn't know, she has grown up in this world, and I've done some cringy. I get these Facebook memories sometimes on my phone of things that I posted 10 years ago, and I'm like, delete, because if I ever become famous, which I won't, but I'm going to be canceled so fast because of the things we just didn't, no one told.
No one told you life was going to be this way. Thank you. Yeah, I just loved her being like, I invented a new genre. It's called gay pop. I'm like, girl.
Yeah.
There's first off, Freddie Mercury is rolling over in his grave.
Elton John is still here with us.
Elton John is rolling over in his probably very nice luxury condo in London.
Lady Gaga?
Exactly. There's a million of them.
Ariana Grande? Yeah. No, I think she is delusional. However, if it were me getting the type of scrutiny that she is getting, I couldn't handle that.
That's true.
I think that
I think she seems okay. She drives a car around with her face all over it.
She seems okay, but let's be real. She probably isn't. I wouldn't be.
On the inside.
I don't know. I just feel I'm too much of an empath.
Well, yeah, didn't I? You just sent me a Snapchat the other day. I forgot about that until right now.
I I saw a video of this mom getting her daughter a new car.
I forgot about that.
She got her daughter a new car, and it was a Tesla?
I don't know. I didn't see the
video. It was a nice car. And this little 16-year-old brat was like, "That's not a pink BMW. That's not what I want. I'm not driving that."
Pause. Jordan then felt very bad for a person or thing in this story. Can you guess what that thing was? Was it the mom? No.
I was going to say, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I felt very bad for the car where I started tearing up because I was like, can you imagine being a car?
No.
Can you imagine being a car?
No.
And you get home and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna be someone's first car. She's gonna be so excited and we're gonna have a great time. And you pull up and she's like, I'm not driving that. I would be so offended. And I felt bad for the car, and so I started crying because I was like, can you imagine? Like, he was just so excited. I'm gonna cry just thinking about it.
Don't tell a mental health professional this story. You might get that. I think this is a diagnosed illness.
I learned a lot about myself that day.
Were you one of those kids who like turned around and like looked at their toys real quick just in case they started to come to life? I mean,
yes,
I did that too.
Yes, because I had a dream that I had one of those like big Barbie heads where you could like comb her hair and do her makeup and stuff. I had a dream that it came to life and it started chasing me with a knife.
Just like
I don't know how it was holding a knife because it didn't have arms.
Yeah, it was just like nipples up.
But I was like that.
It didn't have nipples. Yeah. That was a child's toy.
It was like right above the boobs. It had like a little
cleave.
Yeah, a little bit, but it was just like right there.
So what movies are you looking forward to?
Okay, obviously Maxine. The new Strangers is coming out like any day now. I'm cautiously optimistic, but let's be real, it's probably going to be bad. Mm-hmm. I'm also really looking forward to Longlegs.
Oh, that was my other one. I didn't say
I don't even know what the hell it's about, but it looks creepy as hell.
I realized I didn't say Longlegs. That's like literally the trailers make me so excited because it gives you nothing.
I know, but I feel anxious watching. I'm just going to be pissed if it's going to be like a Skinamarink situation where it like...
I don't think it is.
I hope not.
I just they haven't shown us Nicolas Cage one time in the trailer, and he's in it. So I'm like,
I didn't even know he was in it.
He's the voice I think you hear of being like, no.
Oh, really?
I think that's Nicolas Cage.
I love all these like Nicolas Cage like surprises we're getting recently.
I mean, I love him in horror, but I think otherwise, Nicolas Cage, if you're a listener, please turn off the podcast now. You're a bad actor.
I disagree.
I think he's a bad actor.
I disagree.
I think he's bad.
I disagree. Well, other things I'm looking...
He's a Nepo baby.
Well, most people in Hollywood.
That's true.
I'm also looking forward to A Quiet Place Day 1, which is coming out very soon as well.
That's Lupita.
Terrifier 3?
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It's like a Christmas movie, right?
Christmas movie?
It's like Christmas.
Christmas, yes.
And then I saw the new trailer for the Alien movie, which looks really cool.
Yeah, they didn't show you a lot either. I hope they don't give us a lot more trailers. I just want that one.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I'll let them know.
Yes, tell your people.
I think those were like top of my list. You said you weren't really looking forward to The Crow. I am. I actually watched The Crow for the first time like a few months ago.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through.
It was interesting. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that.
I just know he died while making the movie.
Yeah, it is really sad. And I see this photo of Dylan O'Brien, and I don't know what this is, but I'm going to watch it because I freaking love Dylan. It says The Vanishing at Caddo Lake.
Oh, that's from like my hometown.
I know. Apparently, it stars Dylan O'Brien and Eliza Scanlon.
Oh, I know who that is.
Caddo Lake is an upcoming American thriller film written and directed by Celine Held and Logan George. It stars Dylan O'Brien and Eliza Scanlon. M. Night Shyamalan serves as a producer. It doesn't say when it's coming out.
Oh, speaking of
that looks interesting.
M. Night Shyamalan, not him, but his daughter has a movie coming out that I've really loved the trailers for with Dakota Fanning.
Yes. Oh, Watchers.
Yes, the Watchers.
Yes, I want to see that too. It looks really good.
It also doesn't give us a lot in the trailer, and I'm like, I like this.
Hold on, I gotta test the phones for Mason real quick for his job. Live.
Hello.
Hi, can I book 16 rooms for tomorrow, please?
I'm sorry, I think we're closed. Thank you, though.
I'm going to leave a review. That is not how you win business. I want to talk to the funniest part of our whole episode so far.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about Late Night with the Devil.
Yes.
Welcome. Does my wig look straight, though?
I mean, kind of. But you're wearing it, so how straight is it really going to look? Oh! Where is the...
I don't know. Hey, welcome back to our podcast.
I'm sure... Oh.
We already did that. We're joined by my dog, who can't not cry outside of the room.
Oh, but she's so cute.
We're going to talk about Late Night with the Devil, which is a new film starring David Dasmalchian.
Nailed it.
Whatever you pronounce his name, First, I do need to say a disclaimer about this movie that I haven't told Jordan I was going to say.
Oh, God.
But there's been a lot of negative press about this movie.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Oh, you do know?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, creators of this film decided to incorporate AI artistry and imagery into this movie. Mm-hmm. The extent that we know about is those little, like, we'll be right back, little art clippy things that happened in there. Apparently all of those were AI generated, but that's what we know for sure. And that, of course, has upset a lot of people in the artistic community because you had the money to hire artists because you did it for some parts of the movie, but not all. So that sucks. But yeah, and also people are calling into question, like, what else could have been made by AI or could have used AI to, like, supplement, like, how much else in the movie was AI used for? Like, was it written with partial AI? I hope not. I don't think so, but you never know.
I don't think so. I think that, okay, so when the movie was in production, it was back in 2022. Mm-hmm. So this was 2 years ago. AI really didn't people weren't talking about using AI in art until really to my knowledge last year.
Yeah. I think that they also probably didn't know the implications at that point of, like, AI.
Yeah, I think they were just fucking around. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. However, I think now in 2024, we know better. We're a little bit more aware. We had the writer's strike that happened last year. We had a lot of things progress within AI, especially like on TikTok and social media and stuff. I mean, we just had the Met Gala. We were just talking about this, like a lot of
AI images of people who weren't there.
Exactly. So I think that at least for me, I can only speak for myself, but I am definitely more educated on the dangers of AI, I guess, within the creative space. So I would hope that moving forward, they're like, okay, let's not do that again.
Yeah. I think that they don't feel good about it, probably also because the response, like, I don't know how many of my friends were like, I love this movie, and then that came out and they were like, I hated this movie. Because, like, AI aside, it's a good movie, which we'll get into a little bit. But I agree. I think AI should stay away from the creative arts in general. I think there are definitely some really great strengths with AI. I think it should be used for more process and getting rid of, like, little mundane bullshit tasks that aren't creative, that are just
like help me draft work emails.
Yes, please. Like that, writing a good cover letter. I think it's great for that because no one needs to write their own cover letter anyways.
Who needs a cover letter? Just look at my resume, because you know what? I'm going to send in my resume and they're going to make me fill it all out also, again anyway.
Spoiler alert from someone who knows and is related to people in HR. They don't read those.
I know, but I also know that if they don't see it, a cover
if you don't
letter,
submit one, they treat you differently. They don't look at your resume.
like I'm not going to read it, but I want to know that you put in the effort. And that's playing with my emotions. And I don't like, we're not playing those games.
So all that to say, AI, stay the fuck out of arts. I hate every time I am trying to pull stock photos for work and there's a bunch of AI images that I have to sift through.
My favorite is like the AI images that are on Facebook and you have all the boomers that are like believing in it. Like I saw one of this AI generated American soldier holding a child and his hands are literally fused together because it's AI. And they're like, oh, you have a beautiful family. God. Thank you for your service. I'm like, people, come on.
But I also saw this whole thing. There was that opened another can of worms. This I don't remember what the exact theory is called, but it's something like the empty internet theory or something about how a large majority of those comments are also AI. They're also bots, yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
So yes, there are some dumb old people who are like, oh, praise the Lord. But then a string. The majority of those comments are also not real people.
Just like the majority of views are also not real people. They have those like bots or those like farms, those phone farms. Have you seen it where it just streams the same video for like days and that's how you get all the views?
But if you're a bot and you're a fan of our podcast,
we love
please
you.
keep commenting on our stuff. Thank you.
I don't know how the Gen Zers do the heart thing.
They do.
Oh, they do this. That's so stupid. My hands get cramps every time I try to do it.
I like this version, the K-pop version.
Let me see. What are you doing? Oh, that's even more dumb. I don't like that either. How are you doing that?
A little heart.
Looks like you got a little booger.
And podcasts are mostly an audio medium, so no one knows what we're doing for all of that segment.
Oh, that's true. Look up K-pop heart fingers.
Heart fingers, yes. But back to the movie. So, you gave your initial thoughts first. I'll give mine first.
No, I didn't. I haven't talked about it at all.
Last episode.
Okay. That was a different day, Patrick.
Oh, that's right. When we recorded last week. But my initial thoughts for this movie, AI, we're going to table that. That's done. We've dealt with that issue. It sucks. Moving on. I was really impressed by this movie, but simultaneously maybe hyped it up a little too much in my mind. I thought it was going to be like, whoa. And it was very good. There were some very good things. I think the main guy, David Damontian, I'm not going to try to say his name anymore.
David.
He was very good. I really liked him in this role. And I read a thing about how he got this role. Did you see it?
No.
So he's an actor already. He's been doing other stuff.
Wait, he's an actor? This wasn't a real television show?
No, it wasn't. Mm-mm.
Oh. Speaking of which, when I was researching this film, people kept Googling, is Late Night with the Devil real? Is it based on a true story?
Concept, yes. Apparently. Not like the actual events, but there's a lot of concepts that are based on true things.
You can say that with most movies.
That's true. But he was an actor, but he also was a writer for Fangoria, which is that horror news site. Oh. And he wrote an article about regional horror TV hosts. So he wrote an article, and that's really cool. And they saw it, and they looked at some of his acting work, and they were like, he'd be perfect. So they cast him. I'm like, that's a cool story.
That's fun.
But yeah, I really liked it. I think that his performance was good. I think the story was really interesting and compelling. I like the way it was shot. I like the behind the scenes, how the aspect ratio changes.
Yep. I like it too. And I think we're going to see him in more stuff now. Mm-hmm. Even now I'm like, oh, he was in that. And I think the next day I watched Oppenheimer. He's in Oppenheimer too. He's in everything now. But I think we're going to see him more in leading roles because he has just such a unique look. And I think he's very versatile. Mm-hmm.
It's that Hollywood thing that I've started to pay attention to, which is unique, attractive, where it's like Barry Keoghan, they're really marketable because they don't look like everybody else, but they're still attractive.
They can play creepy, they can play hot in a weird, quirky way. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I also thought that the little girl in the movie
scared the shit out of me.
She was so good.
Her just
where are they finding these good
staring at me the whole time?
Yeah.
I was like, girl, stop looking at me.
She did such a great job. I feel all around, I'm with you. I liked it. I think the concept of the movie is very unique and it's different. It's something we haven't seen before. It's original. And to your point, I like that it was like, hey, we're doing a show. This is my show. And then when the camera's cut, quote unquote, then you get to see like the real panic and the real stress and like who they really are. So we get character development in between those shots. But I thought it was really good. And you know what? I liked the fact that it was a slow burn. I asked a couple of people that had seen it what they thought about it, and they're like, it was okay. It was slow. I'm like, I kind of liked that
I like this kind of slow burn because it felt it was atmospheric first off, and like you felt the tension the whole time building.
It was a good build.
It was a really good build. And also it was like, I think the directors really did their homework, or the writer-directors, like the cult that he was involved in that you don't learn a lot about is based off of a real cult that had like some actors and politicians and other notables in California. And it was also partially based apparently on the Branch Davidian.
Hey,
Texas Waco represent. Hey. And then I also read that, you know, how he was in this cult and he did like whatever his selling or bargaining to get his like success.
Yep.
And something said that like the lore is that when you like trade something with the devil, he comes and collects 7 years later, and he collected his wife 7 years after the first clip, which you see at the beginning, his like the first time you encounter him like in the media, like 7 years before. So I thought that was really interesting.
So that's why she got cancer.
It's because he basically, the bargain was he gets fame and fortune for 10 seconds basically for his wife to die. And then the other thing that was really interesting was the year. The reason why they settled on the year being 77, which is completely a different topic, but they knew it had to be in the 70s because that's like when Sweeps Week was really big for like talk shows. It's like where they like had their episodes on Monday, and depending on like how well it did, it like got to, I think, air more episodes that week, or it like basically determined where their slot would be on TV.
Yeah.
And the only year in the 70s where Halloween fell on a Monday was 77. So that's why they picked that year, because it was the only year it actually worked.
Oh, interesting. And now you know.
Because it's Jordan and Patrick's very, very long show.
I love little details like that. I think it's so fun, and it makes sense to me because I'm kind of dumb, and sometimes I need help understanding what's happening. Thank you. I liked it, but you know what pissed me off? This has nothing to do with the movie, but I watched this on my birthday. I said all I want to do is go out to dinner and then come home and watch Late Night with the Devil. That's all I want to do. And I did, except my internet went out halfway through the movie. And it was out for like 30 minutes.
Oh, no.
I know, I was really upset. But I liked the parts that stick out to me is when we first get introduced to the girl who apparently is possessed.
Who's just staring at you.
She's just staring, and she like made a comment, something about, it was like a sexual comment, but it was like very, like no one caught it. And like the way that she looks at people is, I don't know how she did it, but it's like not human.
Yeah, it's like a dead stare, but there's also like something else. There's another layer to it.
I don't know how she did it.
I think it was like dead but excited. I was like,
she must have practiced that, because like I don't know how you can naturally. You still look like a human though.
Hold on.
Maybe. Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Thank you.
That was like, that's when I knew I was like, okay, I'm gonna like this. And then when he does the hypnosis thing and the guy has worms that start crawling out of him.
Worms, yes.
That was really great. And then
I was truly like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah. And then I think the only part where, and not what?
Sorry, my glasses fell off, so I'm just gonna leave them there.
Okay.
They were hot anyways. I was getting hot boxed in my eyeballs.
The glasses were making you hot?
Yeah, they were hot boxing my eyeballs.
Oh, that's interesting. The part where I kind of got lost is the end, and I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way.
It was like artsy fartsy, but I was also like, why?
It felt artsy fartsy for no reason.
So what I interpreted was that it was basically like he was promised fame, and the version of fame that he got was this massacre happening, and then being trapped in basically any of the highlights of his life over and over again. Like the TV show would never end for him. I think what I want to imagine is he like asked for like his show to be successful for like forever or like years and years and years, and the devil was like, okay, it'll be forever for you and you'll be stuck in it forever, and like you'll just relive your show over and over and over and over and over and over.
Ooh, so do you think that this is the show that he's lived for years already and we're just now seeing it for the first time?
Maybe.
Like he repeats that whole day for eternity. I think so.
But I just didn't know. I don't know that it was my favorite thing, you know? I really like the scene right before it goes all cerebral. And
where
like,
she like
dies.
Is like,
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Levitating and electric.
I do electric. Also want to point out, according to, I noticed this on IMDb, that there was one line that said the guy who, the like band leader guy, before the worms come out, he is like, he said, he like made a joke to the skeptical guy. He was like, don't make my head spin. And he dies by her flipping his head around.
I need to go back and rewatch that because I didn't catch that.
And then earlier, before the skeptic guy comes on, the producer guy says to the host when they're off air, he says, don't worry about him. He's all wax, no wick.
Oh, and he melts.
And he sets on fire and melts.
Oh.
So there was some foreshadowing.
How fun.
Like,
I love that. I want someone to tell me how I'm going to die. Hopefully not by melting or getting my head spun off.
You're like, don't throw me in that gator pond. No, that's my nightmare, not yours.
Yeah. I would say something like, oh no, not macaroni and cheese.
In this story, are you eating too much mac and cheese? Is the mac and cheese becoming sentient and murdering you?
I think I fall into a pit of mac and cheese and I drown.
That actually sounds horrible.
I'm like, well, I could probably eat it all. Maybe.
All of it?
Or like, oh no, don't send me to Disney World. And then get murdered by Mickey Mouse. It's a small world after all. Anyway.
I'm like, oh no, don't kill me by like getting to have sex with a really hot man.
I was gonna say something sexual, but I didn't want my boyfriend to.
Oh, my parents listen to this podcast too. That's right.
Like, oh no, and not a giant
penis
room full of hot men.
Oh, and also the men attached to them.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. We don't really need them actually.
Just the peens.
But yeah, I really liked it. I do think it's an underrated movie. Personally, I don't think I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about it.
I think it was just starting to hype up, and then the AI story came out, and everyone was like, oh, never mind.
Oh my God. Here, I'm going to say something that's controversial, and you're going to disagree with me, I think.
Let's find out.
But like, I feel like with shit like that, and I understand why it's important to give people jobs so they can make money and exercise their craft. But like, I think sometimes cancel culture goes a little too far. Sometimes.
I understand. But the majority of the people I've seen being upset are people who are like artists who are like, this directly affects me because like I'm becoming quote unquote unnecessary.
But we all are.
That's true.
Not to downplay their emotions, but like,
I mean, I'm also
AI is a threat to everybody that has a job.
It's coming for you.
It is. Like, I'm in sales. Eventually, you're not going to need me. algorithm's already a thing.
But they said that about self-checkout, and they've just found other ways to meet
Well,
us.
this is going off topic, but we as humans need a sense of purpose. And if AI takes over everything, we don't have a sense of purpose. And there's the downfall of the...
That's why, not to keep the tangent
ecosystem
going, but like every time someone's like, well, if you give everyone like, you know, basic necessities like housing and healthcare and food and water, then no one will work. I'm like, everyone will still work because we all need something to live for.
How am I going to pay for Chipotle?
Exactly. How am I going to add guac?
Yeah, it's $3 now.
I know, what the fuck? Chipotle. And stop skimping. Stop making your bowls smaller.
Yeah, thanks for the 2 pieces of chicken I got in my bowl earlier.
You hear that? Mr. Chipotle?
Would you like some meat with that rice?
And that's been our anti-capitalist corner.
I mean, I really don't have much else to say about this film other than I liked it. I wasn't a fan of the ending.
No, I mean,
I think it got a little too whimsical, but I liked the fact that it left it open for discussion and interpretation. Interpretation.
Well, if you like this episode,
tune in next week
when we talk about Carrie or whatever. Yeah, Carrie.
Carrie.
Carrie. Ah.
We're interviewing Miss Carrie White. She's here to talk about her positive experience at her high school prom and all the friends she made along the way.
What a heartwarming story, Jordan. Well, I'm Patrick Hill.
And I'm Jordan Gradell.
And this has been Silent Screaming Resurrected. And also rate, review, subscribe, and then you should follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Silent Screaming Podcast. Thank you, and good night.